All right, what's going on, world? I'm gonna be honest here. I'm gonna be honest about a lot of factors. It's been a while. First off, let's start there. It's been a while since we've done a Dranzer Cup. We were scheduled a long time ago to finish the third seed playoffs. We finished the fourth seed playoffs. Let me reference my little notebook binder here. Hold on one second. I need to get my space situated as I speak. But also, let me say this. Currently, you might hear a fan in the background. So summer has started. Summer has begun. Um, my room was on the top floor. Just to we'll take the lore out of this for now. We'll take the lore and the storyline out of this for now. Room was on the top floor, second floor of a duplex. Smallest room in the building. Gets hot, and it stays warm throughout the winter. It's actually a really nice, small insulated room to be in the winter. But in the summertime, it gets really hot, and the positioning of it is usually it catches the sunrise, so the sun is beating right in it in the morning. Afternoon, it's right above it, and then by sunset, it's beating right on top of it again from the other side. Pause on all levels, but yes, you're gonna hear a fan in the background. You're gonna hear the window wide open. The mic that I'm using attached to my shirt is doing as much justice as possible. Also, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. It's been a while since we've done the Dranzer Cup. But let's do some quick stuff. The fourth seed playoffs. Matter of fact, let's if you don't know much about this, type in Dranzer Cup and Cinco Bane in the search, and you'll find some stuff that I speak about the contestants showing up for the playoffs. Um, Let me recap the fourth seed playoffs real quick, just so you know where we left off at. We had contestants ranked 4, 5, 6, and 7 go at it. Rank 4 was the Red Hell Scythe from Group A. Excuse me, Group E. Red Hell Scythe from Group E. He was on a 360 taper. Blue Hell's Chain was ranked 5th from rank D. Blue Hell's Chain had a 180 gear ball. From Group C, we had Blue Dran Dagger with a 380 gear point, ranked at number 6, and ranked at number 7. And the winner, I believe, of the fourth seed playoffs going on to the championship rounds, we had from Group A, Blue Phoenix Wing on a 960 Unite. Blue Phoenix Wing on the 960 Unite is probably the most favored combination right now to go all the way to the finals and take the cake at the very end. But we will see. Let's see. One second. Let's tap right now into the third seed playoffs. Let's get the logistics here correct. Let me get situated. Now, as you know, third seed playoffs means the contestant that was ranked at number 3 gets to go against contestants ranked 8, 9, and 10. So, like I said, 4 goes against 5, 6, and 7. 3 goes against 8, 9, and 10. I believe 2 goes against 11, 12, and 13. 1 would go against 14, 15, and 16, and that's the way it's matched up with the rankings. The way that these blades got their rankings, if you guys want to check, there is Dranzer Cups groups A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. That is 9 groups of the Dranzer Cup that we went through to get a top 16 ranking based off of who had the most extremes, over finishes, burst, spin finishes. Whoever had a great stat line and also won their tournaments. Winning your specific tournament, scoring well, all of that accounted to your ranking. I actually miscounted for one of the rankings because I believe Orange Dran Dagger should have been a little higher than someone else that was ranked number 1. I forget exactly. Let me double check real quick. Yes, ranked at number 1 was Tusk Mammoth. Ranked 1 is our ranked 1 contestant. Tusk Mammoth with a final score of 27 altogether. Yes, ran on the 380 taper from Group F. Orange Dran Dagger should have scored higher than them, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out. But hey, here we are, and actually, this is Orange Dran Dagger's bracket, but we will get to that in a second. This is the third seed playoffs. Like I'd say, or like I've been saying this whole time, I love and appreciate you guys for dropping in. I love and appreciate everyone that's dropped in on me. Originally this content right here, this type of content was how do I explain this? This was scheduled to be like on a live stream. So my live streams haven't been working that well at the house with all the gentrification, new buildings, and other disturbing factors in the area that are kind of just messing up my Wi-Fi connection at the house. My own connection, just using my phone alone in my room at my house, is not that great. So a lot of times you'll see me go up the street, do a live stream over there, and I've been consistently doing that because if it's functional, I got to stick with it, right? But it's also, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So just stay at the park and just stream from there. That's what I've been doing this whole time. So getting back to this is pre-recorded, so I'm doing it at the house. Also, during this summer, we are having a bit of allergies and pollen uptick. It seems to be like this every summer now. So if I take any breaks, if you see any breaks in the recording, that means I had a moment where I had to blow my nose, maybe hock a loogie or something. So not to be TMI, just being completely honest, so that way you know why there was a pause and a break during the recording. But without further ado, let's get into the contestants of Dranzer Cup third seed playoffs. Mind you, we have the third seed playoffs right here. That's going to happen. Then we got to get the second going on, and then the first, which will have Tusk Mammoth as our number one contestant, number one ranked contestant. Excuse me. Now let's get into it. We're going to start from the bottom up. Let's go rank 10. Rank 10. Let me find them. There you are. Coming in at rank 10 out of this Dranzer Cup competition. Battling out of Group C. Let's check the stat line real quick. Yes, rank 10 battling out of Group C with a final score of 25.5. During their competition, they scored 4 extreme finishes. It looks like they scored 3 overs and 6 outspins. From Group C, we have the Blue Vipertail. Blue Vipertail ran on this. Oh, excuse me, 1 second. 580, sorry. 580 flat. 580 flat. Representing Group C and ranked number 10 in this competition. Now coming in at a rank 9. Now, mind you, the top 9, out of the top 9 groups, right? There was top 9 groups. So any rank from 9 to 1, 1 to 9, that'll be the champions of their group. So now we're getting into champions participating in this third seed playoffs. Let's get into it here. Here we are. Coming in at rank 9, battling out of Group G and winning Group G. Let's check the stats. Yes, the champion and the winner of Group G with 2 matches won in that group, scoring 3 over finishes, 1 burst, and 10 outspins with a final score of 21. Final score of 21. Coming in at rank 9 and entering the third seed playoffs, champion of Group G, we have the Purple Shark Edge. Purple Shark Edge is ran, I believe, on this 480. Is this correct? 480 orb, actually, yeah. Interesting. Sorry, I need to make sure I'm inside the camera. Gotta mind my my surroundings and distance here. 480 orb. There we are. Now, rank number 8, the champion, battling out of Group B. The champion from Group B, ranked at number 8. Quick stat line check here. 2 matches won, 2 extremes scored, 2 over finishes, 1 burst, and 8 outspins for a final score of 24.5. Interesting. That's interesting because Shark Edge actually had a higher score than Vipertail, or excuse me, lower score than Vipertail, but the simple fact that they were a champion puts them over the top. But this is how things go. Out of the champions, Purple Shark Edge was the least scoring one, but this is the second to last scoring one, excuse me. Again, 2 matches won, 2 extremes scored, 2 over finishes, 1 burst, and 8 outspins. Battling out of Group B to become the champion of there and rank into the third seed playoffs. Battling their way here at rank 8. We have Driger. The only way I choose to pronounce it. Driger on this 380 gear flat. Ranked at number 8. Last but not least, a very interesting competitor here. They were supposed to be ranked number 1. They deserve to be ranked number 1, but some error happened within the scoring system, and that's partly Matter of fact, 100% my bad since I'm in charge of all of this. Battling out of Group I, which was the ninth and final group, um, ranked at number 3. Excuse me. Ranked at number 3 with 3 matches won. That means they had a clean finish, a perfect record in their tournament because it's out of 4. It's out of 3 matches. There's 4 competitors, so it's out of 3 matches. You'll see the same setup today. Ranked at number 3 with 3 matches won, coming out of Group A, scoring 1 Xtreme, 4 over finishes, 3 burst finishes, and 3 outspins. So they are a specialist in making sure that either someone bursts or over finish, with a final score of 25.5, ranking in at number 3. This is why we dubbed this the third seed playoffs. This is why. Ranked at number 3. Coming to the ring now, the Orange Dran Dagger. Orange Dran Dagger ran on this 380 Cyclone. 380 Cyclone. I forgot I had a red Cyclone. Goddamn, this thing is beautiful. Not getting enough play, but enough to make this guy the, the people's champ. Maybe not the undisputed champ based off the scoring system, because again, that's my bad. But Orange Dran Dagger is ranked at number 3. Welcome back to the Dranzer Cup, third seed playoffs. What's going on, world? Here we are. These are our contestants here. Excuse me. For the third seed playoffs. Winner of this rightfully becomes the third seed. Let's double check something on the fourth seed. The original fourth seed was the Red Hell Scythe. Red Hell Scythe was the original fourth seed. Blue Phoenix Wing ranked at number 7, dethroned him, and is now taking rank 4. And that'll be for the finals. The finals, we will find out who ends up being there. So now at rank 4, Blue Phoenix Wing takes the reins there. At rank 3, we will see if Orange Dran Dagger can hold on to their position. We shall see. Alrighty, let me make sure my place is situated here and all of my scoring related things are here. Contestants, thank you. Let's get going. Alright, let's get situated. And yeah, once again, guys, this Dranzer Cup thing, I'm going to do my best, even though it is summer, to try to get that, get that going. Maybe I might drop them weekly. That might be the best way to do it. I also have some upcoming team battles related stuff. This here is the Dranzer Cup. In the future, I want to introduce to you the I don't know. I don't even have a name for it. It might name it Dranzer something too. You know what I mean? I'll figure it out. I'll figure out an actual league name for it. It might be another Dranzer related thing, but there are 2 conferences. There will be a Drasil conference and a Dragoon conference. The same way when you watch the NBA, you have the Eastern Conference and a Western Conference. The same way when you watch football, American football that is, you will see NFC, National Football Conference, and you have AFC, American Football Conference. The same way when you watch baseball, you'll have the American League and the National League. So you will see, I have some stuff in the works. You will see the Dragoon Conference and the Drasil Conference battling it out within their conferences, and then we'll see who takes the cake for the playoffs and finals for that as well. That is coming in the future. I just want to give a forewarning for that. Forewarning. It's less of a foreshadow, more of a forewarning, because I'm being honest about it. But look out for that. Right now, we are finishing the Dranzer Cup. I've been looking forward to finishing this. I couldn't just go right away to team battles before finishing the Dranzer Cup. We need to know who is at the top of the top here. Without further delay, I probably should make sure I do timestamps for this video specifically. I'm getting a little tongue-tied. I made sure I got the, hold on. Unofficial sponsor. Bottle's condensating over here. Unofficial sponsor. It's the bottle of a Blue Raspberry Prime. Unofficial sponsors here. Shout out to KSI. Shout out to JJ Olatunji. Hey man, without further ado, we gotta get the first match underway. We have to get the first match underway, and that is between rank 3 and rank 10. Let's see what happens here. Rank 3 and rank 10. Now here is our brand new ceremonial string launchers that we're going to be using for this one. We had a different one. We also had the Hasbro setup. So if you guys don't know, from Group A to Group I, we had the Hasbro Stadium. And then if you're coming back and seeing this FC Barcelona stadium is the arena of choice for the playoffs and the finals. So pay attention. Group third seed playoffs, rank 3 versus rank 10. That means we have Dran Dagger versus Blue Vipertail. Orange Dran Dagger versus Blue Vipertail. Quick reminder here, Dran Daggers ran on a 380 Cyclone. Vipertails ran on a 580 flat. Once again, Dran Dagger on a 380 Cyclone, Vipertail on a 580 flat. All right. Also for those that weren't here before, remember, I launched it this way the first time. You know, there's a left to right thing. And then I do a launch swap. So when you hear me say launch swap, that just means I'm swapping places. When I say top of the rotation, that means this here is the top of the rotation. Dagger on the left, Vipertail on the right. So you'll hear me say this kind of lingo or this vernacular as we go, but just bear with me. This is the first round of the first match of the third seed playoffs. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Right away, Orange Dran Dagger scoring an over finish. Over finish for Dran Dagger. Put my notes down here. 1 second. All right, there we go. Just making sure I had everything correct. Make sure everything is good. Quick launch swap. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! The amount of impact is lopsiding the arena here. Let's see what happens. See what happens. Uh-oh. I'm going to give that to Vipertail. Vipertail with the spin finish. Vipertail with the spin finish. Scores will be announced after the first round. We are at the top of the rotation here. Here we are. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Vipertail going for the attack. Dran Dagger deflecting really well. The weight is probably helping with the 380. Let's see. Oh. Dran Dagger out spinning. Here we are with a quick launch swap. Alrighty. Readjust the stadium. There's a lot of impact in this match here. Excuse me. There we are. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Oh, Viper with another chase down. Trying to force an extreme finish. Dagger not having it. Big hits, big attacks from Dagger. Vipertail's frame not able to handle the force. Too much absorption of impact there. And after 4 rounds, we have a score of 4-1. Dran Dagger taking the lead right now. Score of 4-1, and we are at the top of the rotation. Dran Dagger proving they can score on either side of the launcher, whether it be the left or the right launcher. Vipertail has yet to prove more of themselves in this match so far. Let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Ooh. Interesting attack in the corner. Let's see who this fares. They're both waning here. Oh. Vipertail taking the spin finish. Vipertail now proving they can score at the top of the rotation and the launch swap. We are at a launch swap round here. Let us continue. Score is 4-2. All right. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! That one is a little too soon for me. We are going to reshoot. A little too soon for me. I paid a little more attention to that first hit. Let's give Vipertail more of a, how do you say, fair matchup here. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Okay. I'm scoring the over for Viper. The over goes for Viper. Although the impact did create a burst, burst priority is not a thing. So an over for Viper. Score is now tied 4-4. Yes, at the cost of Viper bursting itself, I will say that the over was fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 6 rounds, so we are at the top of the rotation here. Let us continue. 1 second. There we go. Top of the rotation. Let us continue. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Ooh, great hit. Red extreme dash. Was it enough? It was enough. Wow. Great impact from Dran Dagger. Score is 5-4. Possible match point here. To readjust the stadium. We're good on the corners. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Harper going for it. Oh, that was all it took. Dran Dagger with the chase down and the nudge for an over finish. Let's do a quick tally here. I believe that is a score of 2 over finishes, 3 spins. That is a score of 7-4. Dran Dagger takes it. Dran Dagger takes it. All right. Let me work on my logistical stuff here. As I've said, it's been a while. Seven to 4. So contestant 3 gets a 7 against 10. And 10 gets a 4 against 3. I might have to move that. Alrighty. Winner of the first match, Dran Dagger, holding rank here in this tournament with a score of 7-4. 2 over finishes, 3 spins. Great job. Alright, now next match, contestants ranked 8 versus contestant ranked 9. Contestants ranked 8 and 9, excuse me, I should say it that way. Without further delay, let's show them off here. We have Driger versus Purple Shark Edge. Driger versus Purple Shark Edge. Driger ran on this 380 gear flat. 380 gear flat. Shark Edge on the 480 orb. This is actually an 80 lineup. They're all around on 80 ratchet, so they're all riding high a little bit. If I was to say which the highest would be, it might be gear flat. I could be wrong. Gear flat might be the highest one, but that'll be one that'll snatch the rails a little easier this tournament. So we'll see how this bodes for Driger. Here's the top of our rotation. Alrighty. Without further delay, second match of the 3rd seed playoffs. First round of it. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. A couple of failed extreme dashes. Driger now going the other way. Surviving is Shark Edge. Shark Edge with a survival spin finish. All right. Quick rotation. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Fair game. Driger with a spin finish. Lots of impact here. Lots of impact. All right, top of the rotation. Here we go. Top of the rotation. Oh, had a feeling that would fall out. There we go. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Ooh, Shark Edge deflecting with an over finish. Shark Edge wins that one with an over finish. All right, next round. Here we are. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Driger getting up to the rails, but missing the important hits. A little too lopsided. This might be it for him. Spin finish for Shark Edge. All right. Again, after 4 rounds, we have a score of 4-1 again. Last time we had this, which was literally last match, we had Dran Dagger winning. Let's see if this still happens. See if it happens again for the person at 4-1. Driger's gonna have to figure this out. Driger seems to be a little light out there. Seems like they're bouncing around draconic, slightly draconic dashing, but it's kind of not helping them. Let's see how this works out. All right, top of the rotation. Here we are. 3, 2, 1, go. Almost. Something can be said about Driger winning within a Hasbro stadium. That might be the thing here. Spin finish for Shark Edge. Score is now 5-1. Something can be said about that. Something can be said about maybe Driger only succeeds within a Hasbro stadium. Maybe the light, maybe their hits aren't strong enough to launch a whole blade across a wider stadium like the Karatomi one. Something could be said for that. That was a great hit. That was a great extreme dash. It just wasn't enough. Shark Edge is also a little more weighty. Here we are at a launch swap. 3, 2, 1, go. Again, yeah, just not enough. Okay, great extreme dash, just wasn't enough. That is an over finish for Shark Edge. And that was a long range over finish. That was a long range over finish right there. Let's do a quick count there. I believe that is a score of 7-1. Shark Edge shutting it down. Score of 7-1. Shark proving themselves in this tournament so far. Shark wins 7-1. 2 overs, that is 4. 3 spin finishes, that is 4 plus 3. Yeah, 7-1. So I wanted to make sure my math was correct there. Great matchup between these two, nonetheless. Just wasn't working for Driger. Like I said, something could be said for Driger winning the champion, or becoming the champion in Group B. Just those quick, small hits into the pockets. Pockets would be a little slimmer on a Hasbro stadium. Yeah, it's something to be said about that. If this was to be small too, the circumference of the ring would be slightly smaller too. The Xtreme has to be closer as well. That's just in theory, right? Yeah, I'm looking at this Hasbro right here. Slightly smaller. You know what I mean? Less wide. So that might be a thing. Hold on, let me check Driger's stats real quick. Can't see shit. Hold on. Yeah, Driger scoring 2 Xtremes and 2 overs in the Group B tournament. So hopefully it wasn't a fluke for them to become champ. But, things get exposed in the playoffs here. Nonetheless, your winner, still spinning to the very end. Purple Shark Edge. Purple Shark Edge. Run on this 480 orb. 480 orb. All right, guys, this is where the edit happens. I will be right back. And I'm back. So there will be a edit right there. I'm learning a little bit more on the, obviously I'm using YouTube to upload this content. So I'm learning a little more about the tools I can use and utilize. Excuse me, I have to get a drink. So I'll be able to crop out those silent moments and kind of try to keep it as informative and active as possible here. Make sure we're all good in the shot. There goes your pockets. All right. Probably one of the best angles I can get as of right now. So bear with me with my settings. See, the thing was I could point the camera out a little more to the left, but then I'm sacrificing my arm real estate for launching. I'm sacrificing this here, being straight ahead. Now let's move on. Unfortunately, contestant 8 has to go again for another match. Contestant is scheduled to go again against rank number 10. So here we are. Contestants ranked 8 and 10 are going at it for the next match. Bringing it back to the stage, Driger on the 380 gear flat against the blue Viper Tail on this 580 flat. Gear flat versus flat. We can expect a lot of attack in this one. Might not be too many outspin finishes. Actually, there might be, but they won't be like super stamina rounds. Nonetheless, let's see how this goes. Let's see how they both perform. This is our top of the rotation here. It's situated. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Again, Driger with another chase down here. Almost too light to absorb all this impact. That is a spin finish for Blue Viper Tail. Spin finish. Okay. Next round, quick launch swap here. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, Viper Tail going for the extreme nudge there. Not enough. Viper Tail deflecting Driger's efforts. Driger not packing enough weight on this. Let's see if it's enough. Nope. Driger still being outspun. Viper Tail scoring 2 back-to-back spin finish rounds. Top of the rotation. Excuse me. Here we go. Top of the rotation. Let's see what happens next. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Great hits for both of them. Let's see. There it is. Driger scoring their first spin finish. First spin finish for Driger. Driger staying alive in this tournament. Here we are at the launch swap. We are at a launch swap. All right, here we are. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Great chase down for both of them. Let's see who it fares. Oh, both scraping a bit. Oh, sorry about that. Make sure my mic is still on. And we're good. Viper Tail spin finish. If Driger could avoid contact, they might be able to survive some of these rounds. Now, after 5 rounds of combat, we are at a score of 3-1. Viper Tail commanding the lead at a score of 3-1. Here we are at the top of the rotation. This very well be a stamina match. Very well. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Great hit from Driger. Not enough. Lifted Viper Tail off its feet, off its bit, if you will. Great hits, great attacks from Viper Tail. That is another spin finish for Viper. Score is now 4-1. 4-1 has been a common theme here. All right. Quick launch swap. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. The gear flat bit is able to catch the rails well. The weight of Driger kind of makes it bouncy. Is it enough? Yes, it is. Again, Driger avoiding contact. Whenever Driger avoids contact, they can survive. Score is 4-2. Still anyone's game. Still anyone's match. Top of the rotation here for round 7. Let's continue. There we are. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, hey, contact was made. Driger damn near just went into the hole itself. That counts as an overfinish, though, for Viper Tail. Spoke too soon. We are at a score of 6-2. Driger is going to need some stamina, a miracle, and learn how to box his way out of this right now to survive. Good luck to both blades. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Three extreme dashes and missing the mark. Might have took all the stamina it needed out. Fundamental spin finish for Viper Tail. Quick count here. That is 5 spin finishes of a score of 5. Add the over, which is 2. Final score will be 7-2. 7-2. Matter of fact, Viper finally takes a W in this tournament. Viper winning 7-2. All right, 1 second. Okay, hold on, sorry. Rank 8 gets a 2. And all right. Well, there you have it. That was the 3rd match. Your winner of the 3rd match for the 3rd seed playoffs, none other than the blue Viper Tail. Jeez. Tongue twister. I'm over here just, thinking in accents. Blue Viper Tail. 580 flat. Blue Viper Tail on a 580 flat. 5 spin finishes, I don't think it's quite Vipertail's MO, but it works for it. You know, the build of 580 adds enough weight and height. The shape of the blade kind of, I guess, I don't know if it really down smashes. I guess you could say it does. Excuse me for 1 second. But yeah, Vipertail out there doing the best it can. All right, next matchup. Now we do the other two. We have contestants ranked 3 versus contestant ranked 9. Contestants ranked 3 and 9. Make sure we are as centered as we can be. All right. That means we have the orange Dran Dagger versus purple Shark Edge. Dran Dagger ran on this 380 Cyclone. Shark Edge ran on a 480 Orb. 480 Orb. See how these two match up here. Let's see. Alrighty. Fourth match of the third seed playoffs. First round. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Ooh. Grand Dagger with an over finish, but Shark is jumping out of the hole. We count that as a spin. Spin finish for Dran Dagger. Dran Dagger going for the 2, ends up with the 1. Alright. Quick launch swap here. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! A little too early for me. Let's run this back. If it happens twice, it might have been meant to be. It might have been meant to be. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Great hit. A bit of a chase down. Spin finish for Shark. There we are. Shark redeeming itself twice. Bouncing out of the overfinish zone. Surviving the initial hit round. And tying it up here. But here we are at the top of the rotation. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Ooh, great hits, great hits. Not enough. Too much recoil for Dagger. Shark Edge taking the round. Back-to-back rounds for Shark Edge, excuse me. This match is becoming interesting. This might have been the match we were looking forward to. This might have been the matchup here. All right. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Oh. We got to restart that. Again, these initial ones, it should have been my thing to check the ratchets here, ratchets and bits. All right. Quick medical check. Doing a quick medical checkup on the contestant here. Is this how we had it? I think we had it the other way. Which I don't remember. I believe it was this way. Hopefully I didn't put Dagger at risk here, but quick medical check. It just seemed to be an accidental loose ratchet and bit. That's on me. Again, quick launch swap round. Let's restart that. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Great reverse dash. Not really faring well against it. Let's see. Can Cyclone help restabilize it? The orb bit for Shark is keeping it balanced here. Very well balanced. That is 3 in a row for Shark Edge. 3 spin finishes in a row. All right, after 4 rounds, we have a score of 3-1. 3-1, and we are at the top of the rotation here. Let's see. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Oh! There it is. There goes the Xtreme that Dran was looking for. There was initial contact in the beginning. 2 big hits. Dran Dagger spins around and gets the Xtreme. I don't know if this is the redemption arc for Dagger. Possibly. Possibly. Dagger wins that round and takes the lead. Oh, yeah. Scoring 3 points within Xtreme, where you will take the lead 4-3. Still anyone's game, though. All right. That was ridiculous. Sure, we're good. Sure, we're centered out here. As good as we'll get it. There we go. All right. Next round is a launch swap. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Last time he reversed it. I don't know if it helped him. Let's see. Let's see. It actually did. It actually did. Don't add insult to injury there. All right. Another spin finish for Dagger. Interesting. Now we are at a score of 5-3. Interesting. Great matchup between the two of them, nonetheless. We got a score of 5-3. Dagger is up, surprisingly. Soon as Shark had the edge, no pun intended, Dagger just took it back. It's really strange that these competitors are battling this way. We are at a top of the rotation. They both prove that they can score back-to-back rounds, so there's no more excuses. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Great hit. Both of them landing great hits. I think Shark Edge hitting the wall here took a lot of the stamina out. That is another spin finish for Dagger. What is happening? Dagger with the comeback rounds here. 3 in a row. They both scored 3 in a row. They both scored 3 rounds in a row. But we are at a launch swap round. Possible match point. Score is 6-3. Dagger is up. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Oh, there it is. There it is. Another spin finish for Dagger. Last minute spin, last second. For being more accurate here. Last second spin for Dagger. Orange Dran Dagger with 4 spin finishes and 1 Xtreme. That is 4 plus 3. That is a score of 7-3. Shark only getting 3. That was surprising. The fact that Shark got 3 spins. You know, this match could have ended sooner if that initial over was scored. If the initial over finish was scored, it would have been finished 1 round ago. But let's take score real quick. 7-3. Dagger wins that. All right. Your winner for that match, Orange Dran Dagger, ran on this 380 Cyclone. 380 Cyclone. It's like soon as the Dagger went through the medical check, its ego kicked in. It was like, I don't care where you put the ratchet at, I'm winning. Dagger came back. Matter of fact, Dagger got bursted, you know, like kind of miraculously, but then when we did the medical check and afterwards, it still lost. So it even lost after the medical check. But then it started coming back with those round 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, that was a wow. This is good scoring here. This is really great scoring here. Nonetheless. All right. We are at the 5th, second to last, but 5th match. Oh, sorry, I forgot to write down this note here. So 3 got a 7. It's 9. And 9 got a 3 against 3. Sorry, 3 against 3. All right. Now coming back to the stage right away is actually rank 9 versus rank 10. Now both of these both of these contestants each have a win over Driger. So they are 1-1. Whoever wins this is besting each other, obviously. For second place, that is. And we'll see how this plays out. Contestants are ranked 9 and 10. Coming to the stage, we have, again, Purple Shark Edge versus the Blue Viper Tail. Purple Shark Edge versus the Blue Viper Tail. Shark on this 480 orb. Viper Tail on the 580 flat. Let's see how this goes. All right. Round 1 of the 5th match of the 3rd seed playoffs. Let us continue to see what happens. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Great redemption for Shark. Great redemption for Shark. Right away after losing the last match, starts it off with an over finish. Here we are. Let's continue. Quick launch swap here. Oh, there we go. Quick launch swap. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Shark proving to not have any problems at all with Viper's weight distribution. Let's see if it continues. It seems so. Orb is acting. Orb is granting a bit of stamina that it needs in this. 2 back-to-back rounds for Shark. An over and a spin. We are at the top of the rotation. Let us continue. All right. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Nah, that's too soon. Too soon for me. Let's run this back. Seemed like a clean hit, realistically. It's interesting, you know, they're both at the same launching areas, so gotta be mindful of that. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. There we are. Contact is made. Great hits. Great damage absorption. Might not be enough. Viper Tail looks like it's taking it. Ah, you know what? Orb has proved again to help its blade outlast. Shark with another spin finish. Sheesh. All right. Quick launch swap here. Three, two, one, go shoot. They both had bursted, and then, geez, that blade jumped all the way over here. We need to do a medical check on Usopp Psyduck, who got knocked in the head on the side. Couldn't see it. Usopp Psyduck seems okay. Did he get hit anywhere? Did he get cracked? Seems fine. That is the thing about having these front row seats at these matches. They both double bursted. Viper landed in the over zone. At least the blade and the ratchet did. But that is call for a redo or reshoot, if you will. Yeah, this is an interesting match because these competitors are packing a lot of power here. Power and weight compared to each other. It's interesting because it's like realistically, Viper landed in the over zone, which scores 2. Shark flying out of the stadium itself counts as a 2 as well. But they both bursted, so that also counts as 2. That's a pretty fair round. Viper Tail's fighting back here. Let's continue though. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Okay. Nice hit. Stalking the other side. Getting the ratchet. Was it enough? Not enough. Strangely enough, not enough. Another spin finish for Shark. Shark has survived now all 4 of those rounds, and after 4 rounds, we have a final score of, excuse me, we have a score of, not a final, we have a score of 5-0. Viper has yet to score. Here we are at the top of the rotation. Anything can still happen though. All right. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Ooh, almost. Viper Tail biding its time with a spin finish. Finally scoring after 4 rounds. Viper Tail scores. Score is now 5-1. Viper Tail holding on strong. Here we are at a launch swap around. Let's see what happens next. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Great hit. Viper sending Shark across the arena. But was it enough? Was there too much recoil damage on that? It looks like it was. I seen it from far away. Fundamental spin finish from Shark. That brings us at a score of 6-1. 6-1. We are at a top of the rotation round here. Let's get settled in. Hold on. Quick ratchets check. All right, Viper does good. All right, Viper has proved that they can score though, so let's see. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Great attack from Viper. Oh, that might be it. Viper launches Shark into one of the crevices of the railing, forcing Shark to lose its stamina with the orb bit. That is a spin finish for Viper. Viper scoring another point, getting on the board here. Viper proving now that they've scored more than Driger has ever scored in any match. Driger has only scored one, it seems. 1 and 2. Actually, yeah, 1 and 2. I have to double check the numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are at a launch swap round. Here we are. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Okay. Viper with the ricochet over finish. Viper fighting for its career here. Score is 6-4. Am I counting this correctly? 6-4. Viper fighting for its stripes. We are at the top of the rotation. Still anyone's game. Viper staying strong here. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Uh-oh. Viper hanging on to the edge. Risky move, but let's see if it feels enough. Another spin finish for Viper. Guys, we are at a score of 6-5. Again, remember last match, Shark had the lead and then lost it. I don't want to jinx anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are at a launch swap round. Round 9. This is the farthest that we've been in the tournament so far. On our 9-rounder, I believe. It's never gotten farther than 8. Yep, checking this thing here. Never went farther than 8. So we are at the 9th round. Score is 6-2. 5, 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Okay, hold on. That is a spin finish for Shark. Let me check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 spin finishes and 1 over. In the 9th round, Shark finally wins at a score of 7-5. That was close. 7-5. Shark takes it. All right. Let me make sure I got this down. 9 has a 7. It's 10. 10 has a 5 against 9. Yeah, I'll let Shark have his little victory lap here. Victory rotations, if you will. Good job on Shark surviving this, almost losing it. You know, almost like that's what happens when, even when you're in the lead, you can't let up on the lead. You cannot let up on the lead. All right. But nonetheless, your winner for that match there, Shark Edge, the purple Shark Edge, ran on this 480 orb. Purple Shark Edge 480 orb. There we are. That was probably one of the most exciting matches of the day, to be honest. They were trading great hits, enough to knock out their stamina slowly throughout the match. But at the same time, let's see, they each had 2 over finishes. Shark scored the first over, and Viper Tail getting an over at the 3rd to last round, so that would have been round 7. That's when this match really became competitive, right at that point. But hey, let's move on to the 6th and final match of this 3rd seed playoffs. Let's move on to that. Now, I'm over here looking at the scores here. Matter of fact, let's announce these contestants first. Contestant ranks 3 and 8. Contestants ranked at 3 and ranked at 8. We have the Orange Dran Dagger. Orange Dran Dagger versus Driger. Dran Dagger ran on this 380 Cyclone. Driger ran on this 380 gear flat. They both match at 380s. Dagger seems to be packing more of a punch. Unfortunately, Driger seems to be a little lightweight compared to these other competitors here. Now, quick check here. Dagger is projected to win. They've already got 2 wins. They've won 7-4, 7-3. Driger has never scored more than 2 points. In their first match, they only scored 1. The second match they had, they only scored 2. If they can miraculously win 3 or even win the match, that will send Dagger into a what do you call this? Excuse me. Let me look at the matchup here. It may or may not send Dagger to the. I'm doing a quick count. So the match that Purple Shark Edge lost, it had 3 points only. If Dagger scores more than 3 points, because it has 2 sevens, if it scores more than 3 points, then it automatically wins. If Driger wins and then it has 3 points or less, then it'll go to a sudden death match against Purple Shark Edge. That is Dagger, of course. So we will see how this plays out. Records are showing that Driger can barely score, and it's been bested a lot. Let's see what happens, though. We don't doubt anyone, but it seems like a fluke that the rank B champion, or excuse me, that the Group B champion made it this far. But this is the first round of the 6th match of the 3rd seed playoffs in this Dranzer Cup. This decides who commands the 3rd seed. We have favorites and we have some disappointments here, unfortunately, but we will continue nonetheless because these bladers made it this far. We will give them the props they deserve. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And right away, Driger with the over finish. Right away, Driger with the over finish, redeeming itself from all those rounds. Hearing the slander, listening to the slander, listening to the backlash from the crowd, and even me, the announcer here. Driger not playing any games today. We'll allow Driger's victory lap here. First over finish they've scored. First finish that they've scored other than a spin finish the whole tournament. The whole tournament. All right. We are at a launch swap round. Let's get situated here. Let's see what happens. Styles make fights. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And that's how it goes. Driger Xtreme. Driger riding the extreme rail and over finishing itself off of the contact. Driger's too light to be in this division. This playoff divisional here, almost a little too light for that. Excuse me, I gotta readjust things down here. All right. Or is 2-2, huh? All right. Let's save that though. Let's save that. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. We gotta redo that one. Again, all these nudges that are happening. Get a clean round for once. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Good enough for me. No way. Hey, man. Driger with a spin finish. Dagger with a spin finish. Again, Dagger only has to score 4. It has to score 4. That's all it needs to do is score 4. All right, quick launch swap. Here we are. Let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, there we are. There we are. Clean. Again, enough time lapsed. Enough time lapse in the middle, at the beginning of that match. All it took was a little nudge and a small extreme dash for Dagger to get Driger out of here with an extreme finish. Orange Dran Dagger treating Driger like one of its competitors back in Group I. We are at the top of the rotation, and to announce the unofficial winner, even though this match will continue, Dran Dagger has finally scored more than 3 points, so it will be advancing, but let us complete the match first. After 4 rounds, we have a score of 5-3. Dran Dagger with an over and an extreme with a score of 5. Driger with an over and a spin finish for a score of 3. Let's continue. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Congratulations to Dran Dagger. There it is. You can hear the crowd now. You can hear the crowd now cheering for Dran Dagger. Congratulations to Dran Dagger. Even if they lose this match somehow, they've still advanced by having the most wins and the highest score so far. So that is props. Props due. All right, let's continue. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. We gotta redo that one. Crowd is going nuts. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Good. A bit of chase down. A couple nudges here and there. Dagger with a spin finish. Quick count here. That is 2 spins. And over in Xtreme, I think we have a final score of 7-3. There we are. That is the most that Driger's ever scored, was actually against Dagger. Surprised, man. Surprised. And all right, let's put this into the books real quick. After 6 rounds, Dagger is winning at 7-3. 7-3. Alrighty. Your winner of this match was the Orange Dran Dagger. Ran on that 380 Cyclone. The People's Champ, the certified MVP and GOAT of the Dranzer Cup so far. They got shafted by my scoring system, so that is my bad. But they are proving themselves. They are proving themselves in this tournament. We want to see the matchup against Phoenix Wing, though. That's the matchup that we want to see. I think they have enough power to knock them around. But let's be patient before we get there. All right. Now, bringing it back to the stage in order. Matter of fact, we'll do a quick tally right here. Coming in at 4th place for the 3rd seed playoffs with a score of only 6, unfortunately not winning any of their matches, we have Driger. Quick stat line check for Driger. Let's see, that is contestant rank 8, so they have 1 spin finish that they scored in the 2nd round against Shark. They ran a back-to-back match. The first time they scored was in the 3rd round, which was a spin finish, and then in the 6th they scored another spin finish, but they lost 7-2 against Viper. They got overfinished twice against Shark and overfinished once by Viper, so that was more of a tactful match for Viper, if you will. And their last match that we just watched, right away in the 1st round, Driger was able to score an overfinish, and then in the 3rd another spin, but since then they weren't able to hold on. But kudos to Dagger for making it this far, being the champ of of Group B in ranking at number 8. It's no fluke nonetheless. They weren't 9 at least, but even then they were still a champ of their group. But hey, let's move on. Placing 3rd in this 3rd seed playoffs with a final score of 16. Final score of 16. From Group C, we have the Blue Vipertail. Blue Vipertail, scoring 3rd in this 3rd seed playoffs. Score of 16. They won 1 match, so let's talk about that first. That match they won was against Driger. They had 5 spin finishes and an overfinish in the 2nd to last round. That was a final score of 7-2. Excuse me, let me check my microphone. Hopefully we're still on. We are on. Let's go. Okay. The other matches that Vipertail had, let's see, the first one they had, they were ranked 10, so they went against Dran Dagger. They actually scored 2 spin finishes and an over, 2 back-to-back rounds of spinning and over in rounds 5 and 6. So around 5 and 6, it was a spin and then an over. So they had back-to-back scoring rounds against Dran Dagger, but it wasn't enough because in the last 2 rounds, Dran Dagger did the same exact thing, scoring a spin and an over to win that match. All right, and then let's see where else. When did they match up against Shark? That was the 2nd to last match. Viper was getting smoked for 4 rounds straight. They came back in round 5, 7, 8, and 9 with a spin finish. Let's see. So 7, 8, and 9, that was a spin, an over, and a spin. So that's an SOS right there. 3 rounds in a row that they scored, but Shark just coming back and making sure that they solidify their spot. All right, let's go into the 2nd place winner of this 3rd seed playoffs here with a final score of 17, just scoring 1 more, but also having 1 more win, 1 more match win. Then third place, we have the Purple Shark Edge. Purple Shark Edge that was ran on the 480 Orb. Placing at second, Purple Shark Edge. Let's get into it. Purple Shark Edge was the second match of the day. Um, they had they were excuse me scored a spin finish against Driger. Hold on, am I reading this correctly? Yes, scored a spin finish against Driger. Driger comes back with another spin finish of its own, and then the next 4 rounds in a row was an over, spin, spin, and over. Shark took that match 7-1, and easy. That was probably the easiest match of the day. That was a 6-rounder. Let me see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there was 2 6-round matches today. One of them was Shark, and the other. Actually, they both involved. They both involved Driger, unfortunately. So yeah, that's a little unfortunate. But Shark scoring 2 overs against Driger. Let's see. They are. I'm over here looking for the 9. Dagger. The match with Dagger. They had 3 spin finishes in a row from rounds 2, 3, and 4. Wasn't enough because in the next four rounds, 4, 5, 6, and 7, Dagger scored an Xtreme and then 3 spin finishes in a row to seal the deal, winning by 7-3. But nonetheless, Shark held on for 3 rounds in a row in those first 3 rounds. Their final match of the day, Shark's final match of the day, was the second to last match again. Again, starting out strong with scoring 4 times in a row, starting off with an over and 3 spin finishes, leading 5-0. Starting to lose it a bit, even though they scored a spin in the 6th round, so that was 6-1. But then they finally got that final spin in the 9th round to send them over 7-5. So that was Shark's stats right there. Looks like they scored. They couldn't get any over. They only got spin finishes against Dagger, but they got over finishes most of the tournament. All right. Now to the first place. First place in this 3rd seed playoffs, meaning that they will command the 3 spot in the upcoming Dranzer Cup finals. Dranzer Cup finals at a final score of 21, undefeated in this tournament, scoring 7 in each match. Scoring a final score of 7 in each match. We have the Orange Dran Dagger. Orange Dran Dagger ran on this 380 Cyclone. Orange Dran Dagger moves on to the Dranzer Cup finals. They will be in the Dranzer Cup finals, placed as the 3rd seed. They commanded rank 3 in this tournament of rankings, and they held on to 3. Meanwhile, Hell's Chain was dethroned by Phoenix Wing. But let's get into the stats real quick. Let's see Dran Dagger's match. First match of the day, scoring 2 over finishes. Actually starting off the first round with an over and ending the last round with an over. They had 3 spin finishes and 2 overs with a final score of 7-4 against the Blue Viper Tail. The next match they had was the 4th match of the day, so they had kind of a time lapse. Maybe that's why they had 1 spin finish and then they were losing the next 3 rounds. But then right away, starting off the 5th round with an Xtreme and then 3 spin finishes in a row to end off with a score of 7-3 against Purple Shark Edge. They were also part of the final match of the day. Again, they lost the first round, got overed by Driger, which was actually really surprising. They returned the favor in the second round with another over finish. They got outspun by Driger somehow. They started off the next 4th round with an Xtreme, sending that match into 5-3, but then ending the match with 2 spin finishes. Final score of 7-3. Orange Dran Dagger scoring nothing but 7s, triple 7s throughout the match. That is a final score of 21. We will tally up the 0.5s and the extra whatever later on, but for now, these are your winners for the 3rd seed playoffs. Battle for the 3rd seed placement in the Dranzer Cup finals in this Dranzer Cup playoff. Hopefully when I get the chance, maybe it's not this warm, hopefully it's whenever, I will get to do the 2nd seed and the 1st seed, and we will get into the finals. And then from there, I get to do my little, we'll do like a little draft class. We'll do a little draft class drafting certain blades. Certain blades will go to certain teams. It'll be 16 teams, 8 on one side, 8 on the Drasil Conference, 8 on the Dragoon Conference. Look out for that in the future. It'll be another Dranzer related thing in the land of the Dranzers, just hosting them. You know how we do over here. But nonetheless, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for dropping in on this Dranzer Cup third seed playoffs, man. Your winner, commanding third seed. Look out for them in the finals, going against who we know already as the fourth seed, Blue Phoenix Wing on 960 Unite. Orange Dran Dagger ran on that 380 Cyclone, the red Cyclone, too, of all things. Look out for Orange Dran Dagger in the future. They will be third seed. I'm telling you, man. That's one competitor right there that's upsetting a lot of people. Hopefully, they get a chance to go against Tusk Mammoth and upset everyone and let everyone know that they were the actual true undisputed champ. Because my scoring system messed it up, but that's on me. But nonetheless, Jagger's proving itself. We're giving it a fair chance. And here it is. All right, y'all. Your winner. Orange Dran Dagger, 380 Cyclone, going on to be the third seed. And I appreciate and love you guys for tuning in, dropping in on my content. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, do what you got to do. I appreciate it. I'm probably going to upload this. When I get a chance, I'm going to upload this. And then after that, we're going to move on and try to do some other things here. But all right, y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.